needed did this win feel, over the course of a regular season, just considering?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't exactly panicking, and we're 6-6, and there's 70 games left, but we needed to rediscover our identity. The ball movement right away, even though we scored 14 points in the first quarter, I liked the process. The ball was moving, everybody was sprinting into ball screens, sprinting the floor, getting to our spots in transition, competing defensively, and it just felt like our team out there.
What was the calculus between with the new starting lineup, and how do you think that grew?
Yeah, well, we need, but with Jimmy, Jimmy needs some shooting around him, so we wanted to get Moses and Will out there for the spacing, and then one of the things Will's been doing a great job of is just moving the ball, and Steph and Draymond thrive on ball movement, and Will just keeps reversing the ball, just like Gary. Gary's a great ball reverse guy, and so I thought Gary was fantastic in the second half, and what a pro, guy hasn't been in the rotation for 2 weeks, and you never hear anything from him. He stays upbeat, positive. Everybody loves him, and then he always stays ready. And so I just thought we got great contributions from our role players in a way that enhanced our best players.
What words can you even use to describe Steph's night?
Routine. I've seen this. How many times has he scored 40 in his career?
73, I think.
I thought it was 73.
Oh, it's on the quarter, my bad, yeah.
73?
74.
Yeah, I'm kidding, obviously. That was not routine, but, when you have the privilege of watching Steph for 11-plus years, like I have, you get used to this. And he's the reason this whole thing has happened. He's our Tim Duncan. He's the sun, in our solar system, and he's just such an incredible player and teammate, and it's great to see him back out there. I thought last night he was able to at least shake the rust off. It's probably good. He only played 19, 20 minutes, and you can see even in the first quarter he was still a little rusty, and then he found it. And Draymond, I told the coaches this is like such a Draymond night. He's got the highest plus minus on our team. He's one of the most impactful guys. The way he guarded Wemby was incredible. And then you look at the box score. He's 1 for 10, fouls out, 4 turnovers. But the guy just wins. He's a winner. And the way he and Steph have played together over the last decade, that continuity is one of the reasons we're still here competing.
Steve, there were obviously a bunch of differences between last night and tonight. What did you think the biggest one was?
Just overall competitive spirit. I just felt like we were connected, and the guys were embarrassed last night, and we were a little out of whack, and this happens. I told the team today in 2022 we won the title. I think we lost 6 games in a row in March, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been like 8 out of 9 or something, and we won the title like 3 months later. So in the 82-game season, you're just going to have spells, but the important thing is to rediscover your identity and your competitive spirit, and that's what I saw tonight.
How much of the last 6 games where you lost your identity and lost a bunch of games, how much of that was just related to Steph shooting slump, and then Steph misses 3 games, and he hadn't really given you a night like this or even near this for a couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think I told you guys, it felt like in Milwaukee and Indiana, like we were kind of wiped out. It was a pretty tough way to start the season, and our guys are, the guys who play heavy minutes are never going to be in mid-season conditioning and groove the first week of the season. But we started out with whatever it was, I think like 5 games and 8 nights or something, and a bunch of different cities. And I just thought we were a little tired, and we got out of sync, and then Steph got sick, and we've also been changing the lineup around, with Al going in and out, and the injury to Moses, it kept him out of the first 2. So things have been a little clunky, but I believe in these guys, and I think tonight was a good step in kind of getting back to who we are.
Wembanyama had a 30-point triple-double, but it seemed like you were making him work for his shots. He had 8 turnovers. Kind of what was the key to making sure he didn't just completely take over the game?
Well, you said it. You got to make him work for everything, and you just can't give him the easy stuff. It didn't feel like he got a lot of easy baskets tonight. Draymond did an incredible job on him, and he's one of those guys you just have to embrace the fact that he's probably going to get 30. But you just want to make it difficult and try to keep him off the foul line. He got six free throws, a couple of them late. So overall, we did a decent job on him, but the guy is just an incredible player.
Is this starting lineup one that you want to give like a runway to?
For sure. I mean, just like I gave that first starting lineup a runway, you guys asked me if we were going to stay with that, and I said we will going forward, and we'll do this going forward. And that, that can change at any time based on how the team is and who's healthy and all that stuff. But, yeah, we'll for sure start them again on Friday and, see how it goes.
I guess the reason why I asked is because you've liked the post-Draymond duo, and I think Post is probably your leader in plus-minus. I was just wondering if he might be interchangeable with Richard in certain matchups.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'd like to start this way, Friday, and we'll just see how it goes. And Quentin could definitely start. I mean, I told you 2 games ago that I thought he was going to start, routinely, and then we watched last night, and no, we got to make some adjustments. So nothing is set in stone. But I'm proud of all the guys for competing and being ready for the moment.
What are you told on Kuminga's knee?
All I heard was he was sore before the game. He warmed up. He felt good. And Rick said he could go. And then during the game, he told us it was starting to get sore. And so at halftime, Rick told me he was out.